E3 2012 is just around the corner. All eyes are on Nintendo as they are set to showcase their next generation console, the Wii U. DarkGamer001 here.
And I'm Zekrom025 and we are the Rising Sun Gamers. And today we're going to discuss what Nintendo is going to bring to the table at this year's press conference. So, probably the biggest thing that came out last year's E3 was Nintendo's new console, the Wii U. Some people were skeptical, some people loved it, some people hated it, but I mean, what do you think? What do you think of the new console?
Well, I think the new console can certainly change the way we play games, of course. Well, the Wii did that, but as we all know, not everyone liked the Wii. I mean, some people thought it was just for casual gamers, and maybe they think the Wii U can follow the same route. I don't think so. I mean,
I think the main problem is that people are gonna think it's too gimmicky.
Yeah, but
that's what makes Nintendo different. They always come up with new things to, revolutionize gaming, and then eventually other companies start to copy them. Like, well, not copy, but
take inspiration.
Like the Kinect and the Move.
Yeah, I mean, people say that, when Nintendo invents new stuff that they're gimmicks, but basically, I mean, if innovation in the gaming industry dried up, well, maybe we'd still be stuck with an NES pad to play games. I mean, maybe even before that, maybe we'd be stuck with an Atari controller. I mean, innovation is important in the gaming industry. I mean...
Yeah, and I think Nintendo is probably the biggest innovator in the entire market.
Definitely.
So, what makes the Wii U different from other consoles? Well, it's the tablet controller by far. Nintendo revealed the new controller for the Wii U is going to be a tablet controller. It's going to have 2 analog sticks or circle pads. We're not sure. It's either analog sticks or circle pads. And it's going to have a giant, well, not giant. It's going to have a touchscreen in the middle of the controller. Which is really interesting, to be honest. I mean, I think, it could really innovate how we play games. What do you think?
Well, it definitely presents new ways to play the games, as you said. We saw, for example, some demos being leaked, like the Rayman demo, and that showed quite a few ways in which the controller can be used.
Like with new field communication.
Yeah, definitely. That's one way to do it. I mean, touchscreen controls have been with us since the DS days, but it's pretty new for the home console industry. So
I don't think any home console has had a touchscreen-based controller before.
I mean, the Dreamcast had a screen in the controller, but it didn't have a touchscreen as far as I know.
I don't think it was touchscreen, no.
No, it wasn't. So it definitely presents new ways to play, and I'm looking forward to see what game developers can come up with using this new technology. Well, another big feature for the Wii U is the console power. I mean, we have all seen the speculation and all the rumors about.
There's been so many rumors about the power. It's either on par with the Xbox, or it's like triple the power of the Xbox, or it's worse than the Xbox. No one really knows. Hopefully Nintendo will reveal the specs. But I'm not too enthusiastic about it. I mean, it's a new Nintendo console. I'm still gonna be excited regardless of the specs, but we'll see what happens.
Well, I mean, the console power is a big issue for many gamers. Well, many people see graphics as being this really important feature, and well, for Nintendo it's not always the case. In fact, it's rarely the case. They value gameplay over graphics, and that's one of the reasons why I really like Nintendo. But I guess if they want to draw in the so-called hardcore gamers, then yeah, I think graphics capabilities are important. Though it's definitely going to be a big leap from the current Wii, that's for sure.
Yes, big leap.
Well, I think it's going to be significantly better than the current HD consoles, the Xbox 360 and the PS3.
I hope so.
Well, I hope so, but I mean, the PS3 and the Xbox, they're very powerful consoles, but let's face it, the technology is now 5, 6 years old, so I don't think it's gonna take a lot for Nintendo to make the Wii U a bit more
Better.
powerful
Yeah.
than this current generation. I mean, it doesn't have to be really powerful, because then, of course, the price of the console will shoot up, and Nintendo have always relied on putting an affordable technology so that many people can buy it. I mean, it's kind of useless to release a $600 console, as I'm sure Sony would know.
$599, $599, $599.
Alright, I was close enough, I guess. And yeah, then there's this whole speculation on whether the Wii U can use the Unreal Engine 4 technology. Well, again, the whole internet is going on about if the Wii U is powerful enough to run this engine. Is this going to be a really important feature to, run this engine?
Well, I mean, I think it will be a pretty important feature, but I mean, I don't see Unreal Engine 5 coming out anytime soon.
I mean, Unreal Engine
Possibly.
4 is at least 2 years away from a commercial release as it is, so...
Exactly, so Unreal Engine 5 is gonna be a long way away, so I think if we get Unreal Engine 4, then, the new PlayStation and Xbox can only reach it, I don't think they can get more graphically enhanced than the Wii U if it runs Unreal Engine 4.
Well, I think definitely the other HD consoles, of course, their successors, the PlayStation 4 and whatever they call the Xbox, will probably almost certainly be more powerful than the Wii U. I mean, these two companies focus much more on graphics than Nintendo do.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if the Wii U can run Unreal Engine 4, then maybe slightly lower powered versions of multi-platform titles coming out on the PS4 and the new Xbox, then they'll be able to run on the Wii U, so maybe we won't have that situation that we currently have with the Wii, where, big titles like Skyrim, Assassin's Creed, we can never dream of having those titles on the Wii with the current
Exactly.
technology. And that's a shame. I mean, alright, Nintendo have always focused on great first-party titles, but it would be awesome to have some cool third-party games. And I think this generation we have a good chance of, changing that situation with the Wii U.
Yeah, I think so too. The name of the console. Now this is the big question mark.
Well, honestly, I don't think it's a question mark anymore, to say the truth. I mean, I don't know about you, but I hate the Wii.
I really hate the Wii U.
Name. Yeah, but I mean, let's face it. I mean, Nintendo have these awesome prototype names like Revolution for the Wii, and there was this name Nintendo Stream
I'd
for
love
the Wii U.
Stream. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they have this awesome guy who makes up these prototype names, and there's this douchebag who makes up the names that we have to see every day, like Wii U. I mean, come on. Last name they had that was pretty decent for a console was the GameCube, but that's a long way off now, so... And, well, I don't think it's gonna change, mainly for two reasons. First of all, we've seen that leaked photo of the
The new
tablet,
Wii U controller.
the Wii U controller that's been changed a bit. I mean, we've seen circle pads replaced with the analog sticks, and there was the logo on the controller which definitely had Wii U written on it, so I don't think that's gonna change. And they've also set up their Facebook page, the official Facebook page, and obviously the title was Wii U, so I don't think it's gonna change now. Definitely.
That's a little bit disappointing, but we're gonna have to get used to it, I guess.
Yeah, we'll get used to it eventually. The name still suck, but yeah, we'll get used to it in time, I guess. Of course, another big feature will be the connectivity with Nintendo's handheld, the 3DS. What do you think about this feature?
Well, there have been rumors that the Wii U controller will actually it will actually have Street Pass to connect with the 3DS. It'll have a separate gamer tag which you can use to connect to the 3DS. Apparently, you can even take it with you and get Street Pass hits on there. But personally, I would never dream of taking the Wii U controller outside with me, because if it breaks, you know, that's a big problem.
Yeah, not to mention that the controller itself is a bit bulky, so I don't
Yeah.
imagine you can, just run around with the Wii U controller.
Then again,
And that's
people take iPads everywhere, and those are pretty huge. So you never know.
You never know, but I think, with Nintendo having the 3DS, they'll definitely try to push Street Pass functionality using their already existing handheld. Of course, another big feature of the tablet is whether you can run two tablet controllers on the Wii. That's definitely has been a big issue. There's been contrasting rumors, for example, people saying that you can only run one tablet and four remotes, but recently they've been saying that you can run two tablets at the same time. What do you think about this?
Well, to be honest, I don't really see it as a huge issue. I am a little bit skeptical that the Wii U uses the Wii controllers. I know that the Wii you could use the GameCube controllers as well, but it's like it comes off as a little bit lazy, because I would like for 4 people to have 4 tablet controllers, but I can see why that would be an issue, because
Yeah, technical limitations would
they're
be
pretty expensive as well. So
yeah, definitely. Yeah. But I think it would be a good idea to include at least two tablets. I mean, the technology should be there. I mean, they've had these photos where the dev kits that were launched apparently had 2 slots. Well, according to rumors, anyway. So,
yeah.
2 slots to plug in the Wii U controller when it's charging, and so I definitely think we're going to be seeing two tablet functionality, at least in the final versions.
Yeah, I sure hope so.
We're probably not gonna see it at E3 because the dev kits only recently had this feature installed, so we're probably not gonna see this feature. But I think when the Wii U launches, we'll be able to use two tablets. I mean, Nintendo have always focused on social aspect of gaming and all that. They'll definitely want to push multiplayer games using more than one tablet controller. We'll see what they come up with.
Anyway, another big feature of the Wii U is the improved online functionality, thankfully. Um, as you probably know, one of the Wii's main problems was the online was pretty horrible. Like Smash Bros. Brawl had a lot of lag. There were friend codes which were really annoying, and apparently the Wii U is going to completely remove them. Thank God. What do you think?
Well, online functionality is a big feature. They've been working on with EA for the purpose of improving their online. They're definitely going to focus on this aspect. They know that so-called hardcore gamers actually value online a lot. Personally, I prefer single-player games, but it would be a really good feature to have a solid online functionality. Then there's this whole issue of Nintendo Network that they're pushing even with the 3DS title, so I think they're going to try and integrate aspects of the online functionality of the 3DS together with the Wii U, and we're definitely going to see a solid online platform in the future.
Because the Nintendo Network has already been introduced in the 3DS games, like Kid Icarus Uprising and Mario Kart 7.
Yeah,
those have great online, so hopefully.
Well, actually, some Wii titles did have great online features. One that comes to mind immediately is Monster Hunter Tri and Mario Kart, but they're kind of, few and far between. So, of course, another huge issue is the launch date of the Wii U and the price. What do you think?
Well, Nintendo already said that they're not going to reveal the launch date and the price at the E3.
They rarely do that at E3.
I'm not sure what to think of that, but you know, it's been rumored that it's coming out in November, and it will cost about $300. I'm pretty happy with $300 because for a console this advanced, it's, you know, a pretty good price considering the technology.
As well as the tablet controller that would come with every console. So yeah,
Exactly.
$300 would be a really good price. I think they might even push to $350. That would still be a very decent price for the console, in my opinion. But you know, the 3DS had a bit of a high, steep price at the beginning, and that's as we all know didn't go down too well. So I think Nintendo will be wanting to.
Because it was about $250, I think, for a handheld, which, you know, is a little bit expensive. So then they pushed it down to about $170, and then, you know, sales skyrocketed. So
That's definitely an issue. I mean, you want to release a console that consumers say, okay, this is quite cheap, this is value for money, so they'll hopefully give us a good price. As for launch dates, I think November is a good guess. Maybe late November. They'll
yeah.
be, yep, they'll be gearing up for the holiday season. You know, people buying the Wii U for Christmas and all that. So, yeah, that's definitely a good guess for a launch window. Of course, any specific dates are not known at this time. Probably will not be known at E3. They'll probably have, like they did with the 3DS, they'll probably have a press conference a few months before launch, and we'll know all the details then.
Anyway, now we'll move on to the games that were shown. Well, the games that were shown and the games that will be shown, hopefully. So the first game we saw right at the beginning was New Super Mario Bros. Me for the Wii U. It's gonna be another 2D Mario game, and to be honest, I am pretty disappointed because you've got this new console that's, you know, pretty powerful, and they make it another 2D game. I mean, I would have liked to see something like Super Mario Galaxy, but even better. I'm getting a little bit sick of 2D Mario games. I think, you know, they have to you know, expand on the 3D Mario. What do you think?
Well, 2D Mario games will always have a place in, you know, on Nintendo consoles. Maybe I wouldn't have used it to showcase the Wii U at last year's E3 because, let's face it, it's not really an ideal test to showcase the new console's capabilities. That definitely came when they showcased the Zelda Wii U version. That was pretty awesome. But again, they could have used a game like Super Mario, maybe not Super Mario Galaxy because we already have 2 titles, but maybe, you know, a 3D Super Mario game would have been
Super
pretty
Mario
good.
Universe.
Well, that's one idea for a title, I guess.
Anyway, on the topic of Zelda Wii U, well, it seems to be a remake of Twilight Princess. Twilight Princess wasn't exactly my favorite game, but, you know, I really enjoyed it either way. What do you think?
Well, Twilight Princess was one of my favorites. I know most of the Zelda fan base wouldn't agree, but I really enjoyed that. Even the art style was a bit dark. I really liked that.
Yeah, people said it was too dark, but, you know, I enjoyed it.
I really liked it. I mean, even the story wasn't bad. Maybe I wouldn't really like, you know, a remake, as much as I'd want a sequel, but
exactly.
That's probably not gonna happen either.
I'd rather have a new game than a remake. That's why I was a little bit upset with Ocarina of Time 3D. But that was an amazing game, so...
Yeah, sure. I mean, fans have been clamoring for a remake of that title for a long time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was bound to happen, really. But as far as Zelda for the Wii U goes, I mean, they showed us a demo that obviously was the really important part of last year's E3.
Yeah.
For me, at least for me, but being a huge Zelda fan. But anyway, as far as Zelda being a launch title guess you can pretty much forget that. I mean, we had Zelda Skyward Sword just last year, and Zelda isn't really a yearly release. We don't want another COD franchise here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd want to give developers time, few years maybe,
To come up with new ideas and
come up with new ideas, create a really good masterpiece like they did with Skyward Sword. 4 or 5 years development. That's a pretty good time window. Maybe they won't have that much with the Wii U because they definitely want to push for a release sooner, but let's say even a 2013 release would be pretty pushing it, pretty optimistic. As I said, as long as they create a masterpiece, just give them whatever time they need. That's what Zelda's about. Having developers have the space to come up with their own ideas and create a great game like they usually do.
So, another title which was pretty much confirmed from the beginning was the sports game. Let me just say, if they call it WiiU Sports, I'm not gonna play it. Because that is such a stupid name, WiiU Sports.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's the final title of the game, but anyway. Well, if it's the title that's bundled in with the game like they had with Wii Sports,
Yeah.
you're probably gonna end up playing it just to say,
Sadly.
you know. Well, you know, this is the kind of game that just showcases what you can do with the controller like they had with the Wii.
Exactly.
It's not going to be a groundbreaking game by any stretch of the imagination, but again, as I said, it's just to show the capabilities of the console and especially the new remote. And we'll see what they come up with the game. I mean, you know, you can see like they had with Wii Sports, for example, the sword fighting Wii Sports Resort, sorry.
Yeah.
The Wii Sports Resort. They had that sword fighting element in that game, and Miyamoto came out and said that it inspired him to use that in Skyward Sword. So what we see in titles like Wii U Sports Resort can definitely give us an idea of what we can expect to see in future titles. So that's pretty exciting in some way, I guess.
Mm-hmm. So, and then we saw. It's not really a confirmed title, but it might be We Play the sequel. Well, not really the sequel. WiiU Play. As we saw in the trailers, you could shoot shurikens from the Wii U controller at Bamboo, and then there were games like Chase Me and I forgot what the other game is called, where you dress up like Samus. I forgot what the other game is called. So that might be a separate title on its own, like how We Play was, which was just a collection of mini games to also show the capabilities of the controller, which, you know, that I would look forward to, because, you know, it's entirely different games, and, you know, they look kind of fun, to be honest.
Yeah, especially the Shuriken game. That looked pretty awesome.
To me, I think the highlight was the one where you dress up as Samus and you have to try and shoot the other ship. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was also pretty cool. Yep, I have to agree. I mean, again, it's not really what I'd call a groundbreaking game, but more of a game that showcases what the tablet controller can do and what we can expect to see from future games. Well, of course, a big title that's been rumored to come out, maybe as a launch title, is Pikmin 3.
Finally!
Yeah. Well, Pikmin 3 is definitely gonna come out at one point or another. I don't...
It's definitely gonna be shown. It's been confirmed by Miyamoto himself.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be a launch title, though. I don't know.
Maybe not.
Maybe.
I mean, it would help if it was a launch title.
Yeah, definitely. It would definitely help, but you know, these games take time to develop. I'm not sure it's going to be ready by the end of this year, so...
I mean, Pikmin is probably the best way you could use to show, you know, the innovation of the controller. There's so many different ways you can, you know, play Pikmin 3 with a new controller. Like, for example, there have been paint-ins that show that you can point at the screen with the Wii remote, grab something and then put it on the Wii U controller, and that opens up so many possibilities. And
Especially for the Pikmin franchise,
exactly, I'm really looking forward to Pikmin 3.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of fans are as well.
A lot.
A lot. Yeah, it's been too long since we've had a Pikmin game, so we're
It's been
definitely
like
gonna be
10
looking forward to it.
years. It's been like 10 years, I think, something like that. I'm not sure.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's pretty much skipped a generation. Yeah, sure, the Wii had the new play control Pikmin, but that's just pretty much a remake with new controls, so doesn't really count.
Yeah. And another game which was rumored, but it's been debunked, unfortunately, is the Metroid Star Fox crossover. Now, that has been confirmed as false this morning, I think. So, it's not gonna happen. But, what do you think? I mean, would it have worked?
I don't know, honestly. I mean, rumors may have come out just because, Metroid and
They're popular,
both
that's why.
Metroid and Star Fox are popular first-party titles that are based in space and have these, spaceships and stuff and all that. But even with those, they have very different play styles.
Exactly.
I'm not sure it would have worked.
They're two completely different genres. There's one which is a first-person shooter exploration, the other one which is like a thriller action game. I don't think it would have worked. I mean, the only way I could have seen it working is that, if, for example, Samus crashed her ship and she goes, with Star Fox. So you play a Star Fox in the air, and then Samus goes on land and explores. But I wouldn't have seen it working, to be honest.
Yeah, it would have been difficult to, get these two titles to work properly with each other, complement each other. It could have worked, but it would have been very difficult.
Yeah.
And you could have ended up with both Metroid fans and Star Fox fans hating the game. That would have been pretty bad, I guess.
So, the big, big game, which everyone is looking forward to, is Smash Brothers 4.
Well,
I'm really, really looking forward to it, of course. So are a lot of people. How do you think they could innovate it?
Well, there are of course the controls that are based on the tablet controller, but there'll be definitely, as we had with Brawl, there'll be different ways you can choose. Maybe you can choose the Wii remote, or some form of a classic controller. But
Yeah.
that's of course not the only way they can innovate. There are of course gameplay features they can introduce. For example, new modes, possibly a better story feature than the one we had in Brawl.
Please.
That wasn't really too good. Of
Great
course.
maze.
Yeah, definitely that was pretty annoying. Of course, the other big improvement would definitely be the online functionalities.
Yes.
Looking forward to seeing a good, workable online platform, not the one they had in Brawl. And the other huge feature would be the connectivity features with the 3DS. The 3DS
Yep.
will have its own Smash Brothers 4, so it'll be quite interesting to see how they interact with each other. Maybe have separate characters that can interact when the 3DS is used with the Wii U.
So, are there any characters you'd like to see in the new Smash Brothers?
Well, guest characters.
Name one. Just name one. Because there are a lot, I'm sure.
All right, I'm sure you're gonna like this. Mega Man would be a great addition, but yeah, that depends a lot on Capcom.
Believe it or not, Capcom are actually working on Smash 4. So you never know. That's good and bad at the same time.
I don't want to see a Smash Bros. When you have to unlock most of the characters to paid DLC content that's already on the disc. Because, we all know how Capcom treats their fans. Very, very well. Anyway. But, yeah, I mean, let's hope they, they introduce some of their own characters. I think they have to blend in with the Smash universe, but yeah, I'm pretty sure they're gonna succeed with that.
Well, Snake was in Brawl, so and no one expected him to be in it. So
Yeah, that was definitely a huge surprise back then. I mean, Sonic, you could see that coming, but
Yeah.
Snake,
no.
no, definitely not. But yeah, it kind of worked out. So yeah, he was a bit overpowered. Well, some people said that, but overall it did work out, I think. So
I mean, the main Mr. Sakurai himself said that he's gonna try and base it on the connectivity between the Smash Brothers 3DS and the Wii U version. That's gonna be sort of the main focus, which leaves me a little bit skeptical because then
yeah,
it's like 3DS owners, they might, those who don't have a 3DS might get a little bit screwed.
yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. I mean, I have a 3DS, as you know,
Yeah.
but yeah, I want the new Smash Bros. To be available. I mean, that you can play all or pretty much most of its features without having to own both Nintendo's platforms, the 3DS and the Wii U. That would kind of suck, and you know, even if you have both the 3DS and the Wii U, you have to buy both versions of Smash Brothers, and
Yeah.
not everyone can afford that.
Unless they bundle them together, which I doubt will happen, but you never know.
You never know, yeah, but I don't see that happening.
I mean, even the controls are kind of, they're a little bit scaring me because, this can apply to all the Wii U games. I mean, touch-based controls, they could work, but I don't want it to be shoved down my throat. I mean, I want to be able to just put the control on my lap and just tap buttons. I don't want to have to be forced to use the touchscreen. I think that might be a bit of an issue, but I would like the option to be there. I just don't want to be forced to use it.
Yeah, they definitely shouldn't be the main feature. I mean,
exactly.
They could add something to the gameplay, but I don't think they're gonna make it the main issue, because as we said, at most the Wii U is probably going to take like 2 tablet controllers. So if it's the main issue, anyone who's forced to play with the current Wii controller would be really screwed, and I think they know that, so they're definitely not going to make the Wii U controller like really overpowered, and it won't be that much central to playing the new Smash Brothers, but I think it will introduce fun elements, and I'm definitely looking forward to that.
So, that's the first party titles. And then, another big feature of the Wii U that has improved from the Wii is that the Wii U is gonna have a lot of third party titles as well, which is probably what the Wii lacked the most.
Yeah, that was definitely the current Wii's weakness in respect to the PlayStation and the Xbox. I mean, Nintendo have enough great first-party titles to survive without much third-party support, but as I said, a good list of third-party games would definitely help Nintendo and the Wii U, and will obviously be awesome for us gamers. So I'm looking forward to seeing much more support from third-party developers this time.
So, we have this huge list of third-party titles already announced. Some are rumored, but I'm just gonna name a few. We have Aliens, Colonial Marines. I always call them Martians, but Aliens, Colonial Marines.
Unfortunately, that won't be playable at E3, but we've seen the video and it's looking like a really cool game. But I'm definitely looking forward to see the Wii U specific features. Developers have already said that the Wii U version will be the best one, so I'm looking forward to that.
And then we have Killer Freaks from Outer Space from Sega, I think. I'm not really that excited about it, but it could be good.
Based from what I've seen, I don't really like what I've seen yet, but I mean, they have plenty of opportunities to improve it till the Wii U launch, so I guess we'll wait and see then.
And we have a big one, Assassin's Creed 3.
As a huge Assassin's Creed fan, this is going to be awesome to be able to play Assassin's Creed titles on the Wii U. As for people who maybe have just Nintendo consoles and haven't been able to play the other Assassin's Creed titles, I think
Like
they
me.
really, yeah, I think they should come out with a bundle with the other games, Assassin's Creed 1, 2, Brotherhood, and Revelations. Maybe not all of the games combined, but I think they should find a way, or maybe offer them online at the new shop channel that the Wii U will have. Maybe
Mm.
have discounted prices for those.
So another game is Batman Arkham City.
Yeah, this will definitely be a big feature in the Wii's launch lineup, but it introduces another element that has some people worried. That is the amount of ports that the Wii U is going to get from titles that are already released on other platforms, mainly the PC, the Xbox 360, and the PlayStation 3. I mean, this is a good thing, but
Yeah,
ba-
a lot of people are complaining, but you know, I see this as a really good thing because I personally I can't be bothered to buy a PS3 or an Xbox because there aren't enough good games that I want to play. So, you know, having Batman Arkham City on the Wii U, you know, I would like that a lot. So I could have the chance to play it, and it's, you know, a really good game from what I've seen. So
well, the main problem with having too many ports is that some core gamers will say, "Look, this isn't really
a next generation console.
a next generation console," or they might think this is not a good enough incentive for me to buy the Wii U because I've already played these games on whatever console they might own. So yeah, it is a good feature, but Nintendo have to be careful here. I mean, they can't just say, "Okay, we've got this month covered because
Yeah, we got
so
remakes. I mean,
we
not
got
remakes,
remakes or ports."
but
Yes,
yeah.
I mean they will obviously welcome these ports, but they can't depend on them. I mean, they still have to release their own titles to complement these ports.
Yeah.
You definitely don't want another 3DS launch happen. It's just a remake and a few third-party titles. They have to release their own first-party games to complement the launch. Definitely.
So, a game that was confirmed just a few days ago was a new Castlevania for the Wii U, PS3, and Xbox, and it's going to be called Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2, which is going to be a sequel to the original Lords of Shadow from of the PS3 and Xbox. So,
Well,
you know, what do you think? It's going to be 3D apparently.
well, it's definitely a huge addition to the Wii U list of third-party games. Of course, if it's a third-party title that's going to come out on the PlayStation and the Xbox, then again you run the risk of these getting launched earlier than the Wii U version. So again, gamers might have already played it. But since it's been announced quite recently, then again we might have
Yeah, they'll probably come out at the same time.
at the same time this time around. And the rumors about certain graphical capabilities of the Wii U are to believe that it's a bit better than the PlayStation and the Xbox, and having a version of a game that's coming out on the other two consoles and having the definite version of the game on the Wii U, that's a great incentive for gamers to invest in the Wii U. I mean, it's not just going to be one game that's going to be a reason for gamers to buy the Wii U, but if enough games follow that route, it's definitely going to be a huge bonus for Nintendo.
Okay, so next we have Dragon Quest X. To be honest, I'm not a big Dragon Quest fan. I have Dragon Quest Monsters Joker on the Nintendo DS, and I hated it, to be honest. You know, I don't really know that much about Dragon Quest, so I mean, you've played them, right? You played
Yeah,
the games.
yes, I've played a few games. I have Dragon Quest Jokers, which I enjoyed. It wasn't the best Dragon Quest game on the DS. Then there's Dragon Quest X, that I have, and that was pretty awesome. Then there's Dragon Quest VIII: Journey of the Cursed King on the PlayStation 2, which was a pretty awesome title. Dragon Quest games are huge in Japan, and they have quite a solid following in the West as well.
Yeah.
I mean, this will be a huge bonus. Now, Dragon Quest X is going to have a Wii version, the current Wii, and a version for the Wii U. And that will be definitely interesting to see the comparison about the features on the Wii and what will certainly be a much improved version on the new console. Then we also heard about the online functionalities of this new title, and that will be pretty interesting to see how they are used. You know, I mean, as we said, a big feature of the Wii U is its much improved online functionality, and seeing a title like Dragon Quest come out and use these features, maybe like an MMORPG sort of way, that would be pretty interesting.
And then we have Tekken. It's gonna be a new Tekken game on the Wii. On the Wii U, sorry. It's gonna have new features. The main feature is gonna be that you get to actually draw on the characters.
I wouldn't actually say that's the main feature, but more of a fun feature. But anyway,
Yeah, I guess.
but it would be cool to see. You know, again, it's one way of utilizing the tablet controller that's not going to be seen on the current versions of the PlayStation and the Xbox. It's cool new features which are only exclusive to the new Nintendo console. Obviously, it's not going to be only features, so I can't wait to see
Yeah.
what else Namco comes up with. So,
I just can't wait to draw Pikachu ears on King.
well, that's I guess one way to troll your opponents.
Then we have some sports titles from EA, FIFA, for example, FIFA 13. You know, when I was young, pretty much all I played were soccer games with my dad on the PS1. You know, I haven't played them that much recently. I'm a huge fan of soccer. What do you think?
I mean, there are of course other titles like Formula One, and then there's you know, many North American gamers will also
Like
play
Madden.
Madden. Yes, exactly. Well, again, these are titles that will help, you know, with the Wii U. It's giving gamers a reason to buy the console, especially if there's exclusive features that I have no doubt will be used, especially the tablet controller and all that. Again, the online functionalities will really help with these titles that wasn't really um, available with the current Wii. So it's definitely a bonus. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of these sports titles. I'll take an RPG over them any day, but
Yeah.
but yeah, it will definitely help. Of course, another huge title coming to the Wii U is Battlefield. Now, I'm not a huge fan of FPS games, but Battlefield is, you know, pretty decent franchise. I mean, that's coming from someone who's, as I said, not a huge fan of FPS games, but it's definitely going to be huge to have this franchise on the Wii U. Definitely going to help establishing the image that, you know, this console is good for even the so-called hardcore gamers. What do you think about this?
Well, it's unconfirmed which title it's gonna be. It might be Battlefield 3. It might
Yeah,
be a Battlefield collection. Um, but you know, I mean, as they showed in the demo, there's a new way you can play FPS games with this controller, with which you can use to aim, which I really like. So I might start getting into FPS games. I doubt it, but you know, I'm really looking forward to using this new style of control. Even for Metroid, for example, if they make a new Metroid game with the same controls, you know, that would be
yeah.
really exciting.
Well, you know, I haven't really played much Battlefield or Call of Duty, but I prefer Battlefield even because of there's these new features and the fighter jet
Yeah.
aspects which I really like. So in fact, I'm a fan of titles like Ace Combat, so that's definitely going to, affect me, and I might try Battlefield out. And as I said, stuff like fighter jet combat, that will definitely be aided with the new controls. So, for example, you can have all the HUD and controls on the touchscreen, so that would be pretty awesome. We'll have to see what developers come up with to use the new aspects. And again, Battlefield is of course an EA franchise, and EA, as we know, have been working very closely with Nintendo on the Wii U, especially the online functionalities. So it's going to be pretty exciting to see what they come up with. And then there's of course some Ubisoft titles. Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Online. It's a title that we can see the online aspects, and the game where we can see how, of course, it's not a first-person shooter; it's a third-person. But again,
It goes first person sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah, and we can definitely see how this is changed with the new controller and new interfaces on the display on the tablet. So that will be pretty awesome.
Yeah, from the trailer, it looks really interesting. So
yeah, sure.
how you can strategize with the touchscreen controller, and the online play. It looks like it's gonna have sort of voice chat, which I am also looking forward to. You never know.
Yeah, I mean the voice chat on the Wii was limited to just Wii Speak, and maybe were a few headsets with some of the Call of Duty games on the Wii, but as we know, it was pretty limited. So
yeah,
I mean, it would be definitely interesting to see how this feature is improved on the new console. Of course, apart from Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Online, Ubisoft will also be revealing other titles. They'll be revealing a title on the 4th of July. That's one day before Nintendo's press conference. The title is confirmed to be for the Wii U. Now, I don't know what to say about this. I mean, as we know, Ubisoft can come up with great titles like Rayman Origins, Assassin's Creed. I just mentioned Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon. That's a pretty solid game as well. But they've been known to come up with a lot of shovelware.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But just one day before Nintendo's press conference, signs are encouraging. We'll see what they come up with. Of course, another exciting title to come out on the Wii U is Darksiders 2, and that's going to be quite interesting. It was one of the first third-party titles to be shown on the Wii U during last year's E3 press conference. Of course, it's a multi-platform title. It's going to be coming out for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. And the Wii U could offer, exclusive features, especially when it comes to the controls. I mean, the developers have already said that they're looking to maximize ways in which they can make this game look really awesome with the tablet controllers functionalities. So I'm pretty excited to see what they come up with.
And then we have Ninja Gaiden 3, which is also being confirmed.
Well, I mean, it's one of the most difficult titles in the gaming universe, I guess. And Ninja Gaiden games are freaking hard. That's an understatement in itself. I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna buy it or not. Probably not, but it's nice to see these kind of titles come for the Wii U. I mean, it was pretty much, we wouldn't dream of having these titles on the Wii. So that's a pretty big change this time round. Of course, one title that's not confirmed for Wii U launch is Metro Last Light, which is pretty disappointing. I mean, this title, well, it was coming out for the Wii U, but suddenly developers have said it's not exactly.
Because of THQ's current financial position, it wouldn't be best if they made it right now, because they're making a new game for a new console, it would cost quite a bit of money. So they've decided to hold it off for now. We're not sure if they're gonna actually make it, but they're gonna wait for a while, and
I mean,
we'll
I'm
see.
pretty, I'm pretty excited for this title, and I definitely want to see it on the Wii U. I mean, I was a fan of Fallout, Fallout 3, and Fallout universe is pretty cool in itself. This is, a similar concept. Of course, it's different in some ways. It's based in Russia, and there's, well, some different elements, but it follows the same concept, and yeah, it's looking pretty interesting. It would definitely be a great addition for the Wii U, but as far as we know right now, that's not gonna happen. Although developers have said that they're looking into maximizing the code for a Wii U version of the game, so we'll see, I guess. Another title that is confirmed to be coming to the Wii U is Project Cars from Slightly Mad Studios. They've made titles such as Need for Speed, Shift, I think, yep. And it's looking like a game that is, similar in some ways to Gran Turismo, for example, on the PlayStation. Graphics are pretty awesome, but of course there are other features such as the gameplay. Again, we'll have to see how this is affected by the Wii U's controller. But I think it will definitely be another huge bonus for the.
Yeah, I've personally never heard of Project Cars. I've never seen it, so I don't know exactly what it is or what could make it different from other racing games. But it could be good. I don't know what it is, to be honest.
Well, I mean, it's more of a title that's based on realistic driving on tracks, and
You
that's
mean
not
like Mario Kart?
far from it, far from it. And that's really why it's such a huge bonus, because realistic driving games on Nintendo platforms, well, they're not really that common. Let's just say that, but that might change in the near future with the Wii U, and we'll probably see some great titles, some great driving titles that aren't just limited to Mario Kart. I mean, at least in this game, you don't have to say, "All right, it's the final corner, I'm gonna win." Oh, damn, a freaking blue shell!
Only in
And
Mario Kart.
yep. And we have one last title here, that is Rayman Legends. I'm sure that will please a lot of Rayman fans. I'm not really a huge fan of Rayman, but it's of course a great series, and I'm sure a lot of people will be looking forward to see what the Wii U version of this game can offer. I mean, we've also seen the demo, the leaked video
Leaked
where
trailer, yeah.
yeah, where it kind of showcased what the Wii U controller can be used. Again, it's looking like it can introduce some pretty exciting features. What do you think?
Well, it's looking really promising so far. Um, you can see in the leak trailer, you can use near field technology, which is where you put a figure on the Wii U tablet controller, and you can interact with it in game. Like for example, in the trailer, the guy puts a rabbit's statue, a rabbit's figure on the Wii U tablet, and you can access a special rabbits level in the game, which is looking very promising. Hopefully they will bundle them with the game. I don't want it to end up like Skylanders again, where
Yeah, have to
you
buy
have
the
to keep
figures.
buying the figures and they're really expensive. I don't want that to happen again.
Yeah.
But it's looking really
Hopefully,
promising. Yeah.
hopefully we don't have to, spend a lot of money on, stuff that should be with the game bundle, as you said.
Mhm.
But, games companies are just a little bit greedy, so exactly. Anyway,
What? I didn't say
thankfully.
anything. I didn't say anything.
Anyway, so I guess we'll see. I'm pretty sure we'll have to, buy some figurines at some point.
Yeah, they might come bundled with the game, but
But yeah, I think some of the figurines might come bundled with the game, but others you'll have to buy separately. I guess we'll see. but I'm pretty sure they want to maximize profits in this way, definitely. Of course, one feature I haven't talked about much about on the Wii U is its downloadable games on the shop channel. I mean, this is not a feature we've seen being talked about a lot, but it definitely has a lot of potential. We've already seen some titles that could be available as digital download games. One of this is Cloudberry Kingdom. Project started off with the Kickstarter, where gamers contribute funds to developers so that they can, um, for example, hire staff and artists to
Yeah, they can hire animators.
animators. Yeah, definitely. It's pretty encouraging to see, indie developers looking to the Wii U for as a very solid platform where they can release their games. That's definitely um, quite a change from the Wii, where aspect of the Wii, where a lot of developers complained about Nintendo's policies, for example, when it comes to profits made from the
Yeah.
WiiWare games, and then there's the space limits. That was
Sonic 4.
Sonic 4 episode,
Episode
yeah,
2.
episode 2 not being released. That was on the Wii. That was quite a shame.
I was really looking forward to it.
Yeah, maybe they can release it on the Wii. I guess we'll
Wii U, yeah, I hope so.
Wii U too. Yeah, I don't think. I mean, they don't have any reason not to release it on the Wii U. This is something that's definitely going to change. It's going to be a huge improvement over the current Wii. Nintendo have made some mistakes with their online platform that was pretty dated on the Wii, but they're definitely going to fix that in their next console.
Yep. So, I guess that's it for the Wii U. We're gonna have a link in the description box to part 2, where we will talk about the 3DS, the DS, and also the Wii, because there are still a few more games that are coming out on the Wii.
Yep. Check part 2 for more E3 2012 discussion. DarkGamer001,
And Zekrom025 here,
over and out.
out.